One of the benefits of Play by Post is that everyone is online, so you know they have a computer. This lets the GM go quite a way beyond the normal paper handouts from an in-person game. Let's talk about viewable artifacts. There are quite a few situations in an in-person game where the GM might want to give one specific player an experience, a vision from a cleric's god to send them on a heroic quest, or a mysterious message from the mysterious patron of a warlock. The way this is done is often with description, as with the rest of the game, but also sometimes by sending the other players away from the table for a few minutes or even longer. But when playing online, you don't have to be limited to text descriptions for these. One of the players I play is a warlock, with a patron he does not properly understand. She sends him dubious and confusing visions to act as instructions, and my GM does that by creating short videos and sound clips filled with blizzards of blurry images and muffled and distorted sounds. This is a wonderful experience for a player. Instead of you understand what the vision is but roleplay your character as being confused, you the player are actually confused yourself, working hard to understand and distill what the message means. And while the very best of GMs can outperform any visual thing with description, a picture is truly worth 1,000 words. Do you want your players to get a snapshot of the face of the villain they're hunting, or the dark walls of the castle they're within? Maybe each sees a portion of the map, or a portion of the incantation to open the doors, and they need to weave their separate knowledge together to find the answer. There is a great deal of freely available artwork out there for your use, and the things you create can be hosted somewhere just as freely, especially since these are for one person only. Look at Inst Audio or SoundCloud for sounds, and Vimeo or YouTube for videos, and Imgur for images, and quite often these things can just be posted directly as attachments if you're playing on Discord or similar chat systems. And there are many free tools to put these things together into an image or video or sound. Audio editors and video editors for Android and iOS, or for computers, Photoshop and GIMP for images, Audacity or Logic for sounds, Windows Movie Maker or iMovie or Vegas or KDN Live for videos. There's also the advantage here that your players can review and re-watch or re-listen to the artifacts you create and study them more deeply. That's much harder to do in an in-person game, because it disrupts the flow of the game, and it means that any telegraphed clues have to be that much more obvious, because the player has to pick them up on the first and only run. But with an artifact, a video or sound clip that they can play again and again and study for meaning, your indications and suggestions can be much more subtle, or much more likely to only be understood later. Obviously, this is only useful if your players are the sort to enjoy teasing out this kind of subtle clue, but if they are, go wild.